Thank you. Auntie.
Because talk of them. The person who left us, that was the only place in fact, we have to park our bus.
You have to. You're supposed to follow up on top of the bridge.
So when we now tried to the gate, so we now had the man to come and direct it. So we now went back to take the bus.
Yeah.
So
I just assumed that you people
were just coming down from the.
No problem.
No problem.
I know only Mr. Bushanu, the publisher of those that are here present for this our interactive session.
This is a visit. I have here I have here from Passport Times. I have James Ogunmaike from Vanguard newspaper. I have Adi.
You have to introduce yourself. It's only me that know you.
Before I go ahead, before I come to our visit,
you can have your seat, Mr. Michel. Thank you very much. What I will do, I will want my just now. Except me, I will do my own introduction.
The custom area control, man of the press, good afternoon. I would like to introduce our discipline. She's the special advisor to the controller. TS, the person of CSC Ogunigbanjo. Then my own self, the command PRO, DU.
I am from Agowe, Ogun State. So when you came from Agowe together, I 1987, I was at the law school, 87, 88. Then 88, youth service. I have a brief stint at the University as a lecturer in the Faculty of Law, briefly, before I joined the Nigerian Customs Service in 1990. I've served the custom in so many commands, so many areas. I've been OC legal of many commands. I've worked in valuation, where I was part of the pioneer set of the inspection at headquarters until last year, where I was come out to tell a brief about the Our command deals with only export. But any export that is meant to be loaded in the container before leaving the country must be processed in our command. July. Export used to be handled by most command. The instruction from the presidency that we should make export, maybe whether challenges, what we do, maybe what have we done, this and that, export. So that the meeting, or would like the visit mostly interactive. Interactive. Maybe you have issues, not to know this, we tell you this, we tell you that. So thank you very much. You are welcome.
The command processed about 18,700 containers of goods for export, amounting to about $701 million in duty paid value. The first quarter of this year, we are also aware that the command processed about 5,891 containers with duty paid value of $236 million. And again, within April and June, the command also processed about 2,488 containers with duty paid value of 194 million naira. And what does this mean? It means that since the assumption of Controller Ajibola Odusonya as the area controller of this command, there has been tremendous improvement in the activities. And this is attributable to his hard work, diligence, and the cooperation that exists between him and his team here, which we really want to comment on. However, we know that before you can attain such achievements, there must have been some challenges here and there. For instance, when we were coming, we noticed that the access to this place is not really very smooth to this place, because this command is very, very strategic. This command can be likened to a goose that lays the golden egg. And in view of that, I don't think the command should suffer any problem that can hinder its activities. Then again, I just want to appeal that activities of the command should not be limited to the city center, to the metropolis alone. We have some other, because this is this command deals with sea-bound exports, particularly of goods in the western part of Nigeria. And as a result of that, the command should also focus, more on other parts of western parts of the country aside from Lagos. In Ogun State, we have some agricultural produce, because I know that some of the commodities that are processed for exports here are agricultural produce, locally manufactured goods, solid minerals, solid and extractive minerals. These things also abound in Ogun State, in Oyo State. We have cash crops, we have food crops, cash crops like cocoa, rubber, cotton, hibiscus, and the rest of it. So the export command can, create awareness, maybe by organizing workshops, organizing training, identifying some of these small-scale producers. You understand? It can even be that you put them in groups like cooperative societies, whereby an individual farmer or local manufacturer cannot single-handedly, finance export of a container. You understand? They can form a kind of cooperative and jointly, pull their resources together, but through their outputs, and finance the export, because government is emphasizing on exports now. We want to shift focus from oil, because oil is our major export in Nigeria. But we all know what the problem we're having with oil now. So we are trying to diversify to non-oil exports, and it is in this area that I want the command to focus on and bring and widen its scope, widen its net, and bring more people into this thing. I want to commend the Control General of Customs because without the support and assistance, the achievement we are talking here today would have even been possible. Because Nigerian Customs Service is a very critical, government agency in the country, because most of the earnings of government, it suffice to say that we at Great Achiever Magazine, in view of all the good work that you are doing, we seek to collaborate with your command by projecting and promoting your activities here in the area of export activities. We want your command to consider Great Achiever Magazine when it is organizing special projects. We request that press releases about your activities should be forwarded to Great Achiever Magazine more often. And then the kind of synergy we are looking up to is such that it's going to be mutually beneficial, to Great Achiever Magazine and then Lilypond Export Command. I want to commend all the officers here for working hand in hand with you, because Lilypond Export Command has really contributed greatly to the economic progress of Nigeria. Before we go to the question and answer session, because I want us, we have really...
But there are some issues surrounding, maybe that's why I say we make it interactive, so that you need to understand what we do. You see, it is not all export goods, CBAN, that come here. There are some export processing terminals under us. This place is just one of them. I think, but if we count the current ones, that we'll be having nothing less than between 6 and 8. Am I correct? Yes. It's a woman that came out while you people were there. They just had their own export processing terminal approval. So we take a day. They do examination. They release. From there, they proceed office here. As they do in Okota, as they do in Kirikiri, they do in Ikorodu. Some follow water from Ikorodu to Apapa. They go to Apapa. If it is coming by road, they come by road. After our officer must have performed all the due diligence they need to do. Do we want to do export in Ogun State? They call on us. Our officer will go there, do the examination, do everything. The only thing that can make them to come to this place is because there is an established protocol for containers that are going to enter inside the port. If you are familiar with the port, for the past 5, 6, 7 years, up till maybe last year or maybe 2022, entering the port has been a very, very difficult thing. Even officers getting to office, so difficult. So the MPA, in their own wisdom, now put in place a protocol. They call that in ETO. So this container will be here. The EPT here will be communicating with the MPA, their maybe traffic division, as to the time a container will enter the port. You understand? So that they don't just line up on top of the bridge. Before, you spend like 5 hours before getting here. Maybe you get to do like that there. It might take you another 5 hours or even a whole day before getting to this place. But when they put that protocol into place, so containers have to wait here. Sometimes many things are taken into consideration before they process their ETO. Sometimes they will look at the ship that is going to carry that container. If the ship is already there, they will prioritize goods like that to start coming into the port. But in recent times, because we have synergy with EPT's people here too, we have seen a lot of improvement. Hardly will you see any container staying more than 24 hours in this place now before they call them to start coming to the port. Nothing to do with this place. It's by far higher. It might be about 70 or 80%. TS. Is that so?
Very well, sir.
I said the containers of S1 that come here, that they have nothing to do here, might be more than 70% of our work.
Yes. Containers.
Only a few that have to do with a land corridor through this place that come here. And when they come here, it does not necessarily mean that custom has anything to do with their maybe staying one day or whatever. We are already finished with them.
already put our seal. And they just have to come here to wait for the protocol of entry into the port. So that is that they want to do export. They just need to contact us. Our officers will be there. And I know that the Export Promotion Council too, they are doing their best to sensitize the public about the goods that are available to be exported, maybe to which country, this and that. They do that. The chief executive there, I think Noye, or yes, I've met her many times, and I think she's doing her best to publicize all these things to the public. So that is why we are here, at least to facilitate the business. It is in the process of facilitation that you don't need to come here. This road may not be that as a, but the percentage of goods that come here, they are few. And you see all these trailers, they already know how to maneuver everything in this place. So it will have been, though I'm not saying it cannot be better if the road is smoother than it presently is. You understand? Then when you talk of agricultural goods, in case maybe in terms of maybe trying to enlighten the public, this and that, what we do, the general thing we do here, have the agricultural goods we do here. We have cashew nuts, we have cassia seed, we have sesame seed, we have hibiscus flower, cocoa, cotton, tiger nuts, ginger, gum arabic, rubber, soya beans, and charcoal with those that have permit. You understand? And we have manufactured goods. We have cigarettes, drinks and beverages, empty bottles, BOPP film rolls, cosmetic products, food items, etc. Then we have solid stroke extractive minerals with permits and approvals. We have lithium ore, aluminium ore, iron ore, lead, zinc, and manganese. Then we have other plants and machineries, temporary export for repair and return, personnel on our company cargo, diplomatic agency working with us. We have DSS working with us. We have NDLEA working with us. We have quarantine working with us. We have produce board. We have the police and other relevant NAFDAC. They all work with us. All those EPTs I mentioned. Anytime our officer want to go do examination or do their job, they call all of them along. Because we don't want situation before. It used to be that maybe when custom is done, it gets to the port, NAFDAC will stop it, SON will stop it, NDL, no. Now we work together, one-stop shop, so that everything only government agency wants to, all of them will do it at the same time. So that when the container leaves that place, for the except just coming here to get the air to, for the case of those that are going through the road corridor, just go to the port straight, no delay again. And that is why the service now dedicated a command. They dedicate this place for only export, so that once any issue arising is directed to us at the headquarters. So any agency that is saying, okay, we want to know about, they all come here now. They don't need to go to Apapa. Apapa has already, they have already dissolved their export seat. Likewise, Tinkan, all other command around here. So it is in the spirit of trade facilitation, and we'll be removing bottlenecks in the processing of export. That one was done.
Sorry,
because of our weather. Those type of goods may not be, because now that came, you will see some misinformed or maybe some press people may not understand some issues, especially this area that I'm talking about. Because I invited NAFDAC that, okay, the press, they are saying that there are some goods that are rejected in UK. But meanwhile, those goods, you NAFDAC people, you approve it for our own consumption there. Why? The woman now explained this thing to me, that those goods, they are not harmful to us here, because our weather is different from the weather there. That it doesn't mean that it is poisonous to us here. It is for our own goods here. So you cannot carry goods produced for Nigeria and think it will be passed in Europe, because their weather is different from our weather. For those that have been to UK is almost cold throughout the year, almost, where people, they don't sweat, whereas we sweat a lot here. In fact, when you go to that, immediately you get to our international, you start sweating. So they produce goods that are suitable for our weather. It doesn't really mean that it is poisonous to us or that it's just because of the weather difference that they produce them. So if they don't go through NAFDAC and they think because this thing is good for Nigeria, they just carry Nigerian goods, thinking that it will pass their own equivalent NAFDAC over there, it may not pass. So that one explains that. Then in terms of, there was a time they said they rejected whether Nigerian yam, this and that. Yes, template. You understand? They are saying Nigerian yam. How many yam can Ghana produce compared to Nigeria? Nigerian yams are being taken to Ghana. Then the Ghana people will follow the template of packing. Then they will not put there as produce of Ghana, whereas they are all Nigerian yams. So it is issue of packaging. Not that Nigerian yam is poisonous. So when you know Nigeria, they like shortcut, this and that. So that's just the thing responsible for that. Farmers is that they should not sit in the village and conclude that they cannot contribute their own quota. They should come out. They should seek knowledge. Just like I've said that you don't have to be able to have money to fill up a container. They should come out to know things that are allowed to be exported and things that are not allowed to be exported. You understand? So if they know that, they will, if they come out to know that, just like you people can maybe bring the word back to them that to do export, you don't have to say you need to fill up a container. There are group page in export. You understand? And I believe that the Nigerian Export Promotion Council, they are doing their best to get this enlightenment done almost everywhere. They do that. They call people. They have this way of getting people to know about what the export is all about in the country. They organize seminars here and there. Sometimes they give some of them the hint of what they need in whatever country, and all the maybe regulatory agencies that they need to go through if you want to carry this, if you want to carry that. NEPs in Nigerian Export Promotion Council, they've been doing that. Then in terms of improvement needed, the improvement needed, the government is doing that, like the creation of this place now as a one-stop shop. It's part of what government is doing to encourage exporters, so that they don't have to go to Chinkan, go to this, go to that. Let's put everything in one place. When you put everything in one place, you know where you are going. You understand? And people have been coming here to ask us, what can we do? We want to do this, we want to do that. And since we came here now, we have been having more export processing terminals. It shows people are now having eyes in that sector. You understand? Those are part of the achievement here. I came here, I met maybe 3 export processing terminals. Okay, 4 function. But now within a space of 12 months or thereabout, we're having like 8, if not more. Yes, I've started to embrace export. You understand? So that one is there. And again, I would say that I am surrounded by officers of like minds. This our command is not revenue generating command. It's a trade facilitation command. And that spirit is in all my officers. You understand? That spirit is in them. We don't joke with time that it takes to finish export processing. And we still believe we can still improve. And all the stakeholders here, especially exporters, they know that they can call me anytime. They call me on Sundays. I have to answer them, because I have already promised them that I am here for them 24 hours. Even when I was on vacation, it's like I wasn't on a vacation, because they will be calling, and we have to find solution to whatever problem they are having. And I can tell you that the Controller General of Customs is the chief trade facilitator. He has open door policy, and any issue
before him, he will tackle it, find solution to it. For you to know the type of DCG we have, just this weekend, he summoned some of area controllers in Lagos. We are all with Nigerian Guard of Editors. We have editor-in-chief of Vanguard, Guardian, Punch, This Day, Arise, all of them. We are together there in Lagos here, just to let them know what we are doing, and for them to tell us where we still need to improve. And also the editors of weekend papers. That's what we did throughout Sunday. I didn't go back home until around 8 o'clock. It is the same thing we are replicating here. People getting to know what we do. The challenge we had when I got here was that we were not having enough officers. But it's been addressed at the appropriate quarter. And we are already having more officers now to handle the various challenges we have. You know, we have our officers at the EPTs, and the target, or what I told them, is that EPT is operating 24 hours. Because if you don't know, some EPTs, we have some goods that come from outside Lagos in bulk. So it is when they get to the EPTs that they will now package them, unstuff them, or stuffing or weighing. They do a lot of things there before they are ready to meet the specification. Some it is from there they do fumigation, everything. So that is that. So we are getting more officers, but we still need more, definitely, because the EPTs keeps increasing. EPT keeps increasing in number, and when it keeps increasing in number, that is a sign that Nigerians are embracing export terminal. Definitely, by the time they start there will be export terminal there. But the export there might be under, I don't know how custom will take it. They may create a command, or it may be under. We have two commands in Ogun State. We have one in Idiroko and one inside Abeokuta. Yes, most likely the place may be under one of the controller. Most likely the controller in Abeokuta may post officer there. By the time I land the airport, will take off before end of the year.
It's been no professional. Steps that command can take, to encourage.
That is what we are doing now. That's what I've just explained. That now we have more export processing terminals, and again, those that are producing for export, they don't need to be thinking of, by the time you are able to produce, like maybe the one that will fill a container. You understand? You need to, like you are in the press, you relate with the public most time. You need to let them know that export, you can do little export in a pallet, provided you know somebody you want to send it to. You finish all your documentation. When you meet people that will forward it, they will look for people that have similar things. They will join you together. They will export them. That one is something that we will forward them. Just like they do in airport, where you can have a container with 4 or 5 owners of the goods inside there. So the same thing in export. CFAS is doing that. And I know that maybe with time, EPTs too, they might be doing it, maybe with shipping company. Yes, that is one encouragement to them. And manufacturers, if they manufacture things that are of standard needed outside the country, fine. Provided I'm not sure there is any manufactured good that is banned from being exported. Is there any? Yes.
No, sir.
Any manufactured goods? We have goods going from here to neighboring, to West African countries. Yes. Cote d'Ivoire, Liberia, Ghana, Senegal. Yes, from Nigeria here. Cameroon. Export Promotion Council. That is the primary duty of export promotion councils. But at the same time, when we have opportunity to let people know what we do, we go to that terrain to enlighten them about what we do here, what can pass, what cannot pass. You understand? And you see, every quarter we get some press people around. We showcase what we have done for this quarter, for that quarter. It is published like that. People will know that at least we are doing a lot to contribute to the development of the nation. And when we realize those things, when you export, definitely foreign exchange is coming to the country. You understand? So when it comes like that, it is part of the things that can make our currency to be stable. You understand? When we engage in export trade, because the dollar coming in to the country is part of the dollar that maybe some people are pursuing to go and use for import too. And when we don't have much dollar coming in, and we have a large of people looking for dollar, the naira value will be coming down. The value of shipment, we'll give you a copy. The value of shipment we had for the second quarter, just like the Ashifa magazine has reeled out in its introduction, was 184,880,29.35. That is $184.8 million. That was the value of the shipment we facilitated for the second quarter. In this third quarter that ended last week, we facilitated $937,357,129.90, which is $137.3 million, close to $1 billion. That's what we had for the third quarter. That's a 407.05% increase for the first time in this command.
I think on behalf of Nigerians, your command deserves.
Yeah.
In the provision of his outstanding performance and achievement as Customs Area Controller, Lilypond Export Command, Nigeria Customs Service. Congratulations. Dated 3rd October 2024. I think the officers will start to come out.
I thought we were going to be ready.
Good to go.
We thank God for taking you from Abeokuta to this place peacefully, and by the grace of God, you will get to that. We want you to put this at least to know that time it was that you were with us here, and you will still be here by the grace of God. We appreciate you, and we pray that our efforts, joint effort, will lead to improvement in the cause of the nation. Amen. By the grace of God.
Amen.
Go tell me, Lord, you are a good politician.